Now that we've learned what an inequality is and how to picture it and draw a graph of it, we are going to work on solving some inequalities. We'll then graph the solutions. Now, inequalities are solved the exact same way as we solve our equations. Addition is undone with subtraction. Multiplication is undone using division. Today we're going to be using addition and subtraction, and then we'll graph the solution when we're done. So we notice that we're adding an 8 to the y. The 8 is positive, so we're going to subtract 8 from both sides. That gives us negative 16 is less than or equal to y. All right, we got to graph the solution, and negative 16 is kind of far away from 0, so if you remember from our last time, we don't have to have 0 on the number line. I'm just going to put negative 16 here, negative 15 on that side, and negative 17. That's enough for me to see where all the numbers are and which direction our solutions are found. All right, now from our last video, you recall when it's allowed to be equal, we're going to put a closed circle. And this direction for the inequality is often confusing when we first get started. So I'm going to actually switch things around, put the y on the left-hand side and the negative 16 on the right-hand side. Now you have to be very careful when you're doing this. We've got our y's, and the inequality symbol has the bigger end pointed towards the y. If you switch the sides, make sure that when you're done with that, the inequality still points towards the same one that it did before. The bigger end is towards the y here, bigger end is towards the y there. All right, this way is a little bit more natural for me to read. Our solutions, the y's, are bigger than or equal to negative 16. Well, those are found on the right-hand side. Now, you don't have to switch this around. We can still see from this that our y's are the bigger numbers because the opening is going towards the y. Sometimes this helps for me to see. All right, on this one, we've got a subtraction and a negative. If we subtract a negative, that's the same thing as adding. So I'm going to rewrite this using that way. It'll be a little bit simpler to see. So we get t plus the subtract a negative plus a positive 13. We have negative 6 is less than. Okay. Subtract the 13, we get t on the right-hand side, negative 19 on the left side, and a less than symbol right there. All right, I'm going to switch this around again. So if our t is on the left, our negative 19 is on the right, the symbol is opening toward the t, so let's keep it opening toward the t. So we have numbers that are bigger than negative 19. All right, here's negative 19, negative 18, here's negative 20, open circle because we're not allowing it to be equal to, and we're going to shade over to the right because we need numbers that are bigger than negative 19. Our last example, we're going to take a sentence and we're going to create an inequality like we did in our last video. So we're going to solve this inequality once we've written it. The difference, okay, difference means subtraction. What are we subtracting? A number which we don't know. I'm going to just call that x. And 9, so we do x minus 9 is fewer than, that means less than, and then 4 over on this side. So we add 9 to eliminate that. We get x is less than 13. Let's go ahead and graph that. Here's 13, 14, 12 on that side. Open circle because we're not allowing it to be equal. Our numbers are smaller than 13, so we need to shade to the left. And that finishes up our graph. Thank you.